Ms. Leung, maybe you could add to that, given that you understand the dynamics here. You've watched what the Americans have done in terms of taking a bit more of a courageous lead. Can you speak to, in terms of what Canada should be doing and could be doing, and maybe why it's so important for the government in Canada to call for Mr. Lai's release?
Thank you for the question. The Government of Canada, as of today, has not called for the release of Jimmy Lai. Global Affairs has stated that it's monitoring the trials, but that's not enough. We need to take a firm stance and condemn the political persecution that can really hardly be described as a trial. What is happening to Jimmy Lai is a blatant political persecution and suppression of fundamental freedoms. Canada has always stood up for human rights, including in Hong Kong. There are 300,000 Canadians in Hong Kong and 500,000 Hong Kongers in Canada. Our stake in the game is also people-to-people relations. There's always the risk that Canadians in Hong Kong may face the same kind of persecution, although maybe not to the same extent or the same kind of publicity. If we continue to allow this to happen without speaking up. The UK and the US have both called for Jimmy Lai's release. The UK statement came from David Cameron. The US statement came from the State Department. Canada has a resolution in Parliament, but our government has not taken a stance. And I think it's important for us to show clarity in where we stand on this issue and take leadership as well.
Can you speak in just maybe a bit more about what more the government can do beyond just condemning the situation, what we could be doing with the international community, and also just, speaking about the fear of those 500,000 Canadians in Hong Kong and what this case is bringing to Canadians in Hong Kong right now?
Yeah, I think a step that the Government of Canada must take is to sanction Hong Kong officials. We have a Magnitsky sanctions regime. We haven't used it at all on China. I don't know why we haven't. The US has sanctioned 25 officials, and it is important that we do the same. People like the chief executive of Hong Kong, John Lee, is directly complicit in the human rights violations that are happening, including that towards Jimmy Lai, people that are tortured to extract a certain statement from them, etc. And I should note as well that direction towards the Hong Kong government comes from Beijing, and our strategy towards the People's Republic of China will directly affect how the human rights situation in Hong Kong is dealt with.